Okay, so the front view is going to look like an upside down U, or SpongeBob SquarePants with his pants upside down, okay? According to Jenna. Okay, all right. Can you remember, it is Jenna, huh?
Yes.
Can you remember what we do left and right of the axis, and above and below? We leave what?
So
You were first.
go to lines.
Margins, absolutely. So we're going to have a margin left and right above and below our axis of one block. And when you do this without blocks, which you won't this year, you'll do it next year if you take EGD, that is 10 mils, 1 centimeter. Okay, we never work in centimeters in EGD, we work in millimeters. And we're going to have a margin below and above the axis. Okay? All right? Happy weirdos? Okay. All right, so where the margins intersect is where we're going to start each drawing. Okay? Or each face, each aspect, each view. Right. And because we're at the third angle orthographic projection, what I like to do is start with the front view and then project out. You can start with the top if you want, but the front view in this sense it's got a nice profile to start with. We've got an upside down U shape. Right. Now, I want you to imagine, for argument's sake, that we want to start with a bit of a box method. So I'm going to use this purple pen. We want to look at this face through that window. Right? Does everyone kind of see my fake window that I've got in there? Yes. Okay, so that window would be how many blocks or units high, how many units wide or long? Okay, so you had your hand up first. How many high is it?
So it's 4 blocks high.
4 blocks high, and how many wide? 6. So watch here. From this point, this is going to be vertical, my vertical margin. I'm going to come down vertically. 1, 2, 3, and 4. How many across? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. What I'm going to do is set up, like I said, with a little bit of a box method in the beginning. It doesn't matter. My projections or constructions can go longer. I want to make sure that I've created that perfect window, that plane of view, or viewing plane, right, of 6 by 4. Can everyone see that? And what I'm going to prove to you is that if you can draw maturely with the in the orthographic projection, in other words, you can apply the skill or technique in a mature manner, you can save yourself a lot of time and a lot of error. And I'll show you Is anything dark at the moment, Oaks? No, I'm just using construction, yes. First name again? Nathan, what's up?
So on the left lab, it only goes 5 places.
1, 2, 3.
No, there's
This way. Have I only gone 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6? Happy? Okay, it's 6, yeah. Okay, so here we go. We've got 2 uprights, and we've got a little bit of a base portion. Okay, question, how high is it up to that edge there, that little sort of base? Bottom of that. 2 blocks. So watch what I do here. I'm going to go up 1 and 2 off the bottom, or 2 from the top, and then I'm going to go draw a line straight across. Okay? Now, you might say, sir, but it doesn't go all the way across. It's only in the middle. It doesn't matter. I'm just showing you, I'm drawing a construction line across a projection to show that it's somewhere along that height. Does it make sense? Yes, so, I mean, it has to be somewhere there. Let's see how we figure that out. Now, we've got the 2 uprights now. Correct, true or false, or correct or wrong, that I'm going to go 2 in from the top corner, top right corner, and 2 in from the top left corner. Happy? In other words, what I'm trying to say, and I'm hoping you've seen this, that point is over there, and that point is over there. Okay, so I'm going to come in 2 blocks, 1, 2, and construct a line straight down. Okay, and you can see I haven't stopped it. In fact, we could go all the way down, doesn't matter, to anywhere really. And I'm going to do that 1 and 2 from the right, and I go straight down. I hope now what you've seen is what? You can see the U shape there. Fantastic. Right, so what I'm going to then do is take my pencil and I'm going to go over that to form the shape. Can everyone see the U shape? We've constructed it. And what I do is I do all my verticals first. I do my vertical edges, ones that are running up and down. And then I get my T-square to say, oh, okay, I'm running out of, lead here. Come on. They didn't give any, they did. They gave me some more free lead. It's just taking a while. Here we go. Okay. Okay. Then I'm going to go across at the bottom. Now I'm going to do my horizontal edges. Okay, there's my little bottom part of that groove. There's the top part. So I'll get some music going in a moment. Right, everyone happy? It's in, sorted. And I'm gonna count up the edges, and I'm gonna show you why I think it's such an important thing for you guys to use this method, to use the projections as much as I have. There's a Wimpy advert. I don't pay for the. I'm cheap. Okay. All right. Well, you guys subscribe to my YouTube channel, and then might be making a side hustle here. Right. Okay. So we've got that in. Now I want to show you something, gents. What a lot of people would have done is this. Watch. They wouldn't have done any of these constructions. So let's exclude the margins as constructions, because the margins we need for the layout. Okay. Let's see how many lines I actually drew there on top of that. Watch this. I did one across there, correct? I did one down there. Look at my yellows. I'm talking about 1 and 2. Watch here. And 3, 4, and 5. If I didn't do that, and I started at my starting point, and I drew line for line, I went 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and do you see how much more cumbersome and time consuming that was? I just literally, now you could imagine how fast you could have done that. You could have gone 1, 2, 3, 4, cross. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, down. 1 and 2, across. 2 from the inside, 2 from the inside. Does that make sense? Line's done. Then just go out. You see, now what the projections did was save me time, but also created accuracy. Does that make sense? Okay, good. Now what we're going to do here, questions? Any questions up to this point? Happy? What are we going to do now?
What's the name of?
Say, what's it?
What's the name of your YouTube channel?
It's just my name. I should probably change my name. It's just my name, Evan Mickelberry. Okay. So now what we're going to do is we're going to project all the edges that you see run vertically. We're going to project those straight up. Sorry, that's got to. Okay, stay on your blocks. We're going to project all those lines that run vertically. Okay. We've got the margin there already, so you can see that I've gone up. Sorry, my lines are really thick because my ruler's not. I didn't put my ruler down correctly there. My bad. Okay, now let's have a look at this. I want to see how sharp your oaks are. We'll call this the length, right? The length is from there to there. We'll call this the width from there to there. And we will call that obviously the height. Okay, so here's a question I want to ask you. When we look at the front view, what are the 2 dimensions that we get? Okay, good. Which dimensions do the top, right? The top, so let me go and highlight, and the front view have in common? Length. Okay, so the front view has length and height, and the top view has length and width. So the one they have in common is? Okay. Have we already sorted our length out? We have. Look here. We've taken the length of that edge, the length of that edge, length of the whole thing, and what did we do? We drafted it up. Now quickly, if we were to look at the top view, describe what we would see. So we're looking at it from there with our eye. Okay? What would we see? Yes.
So you'd see a rectangle with split into thirds.
In thirds. I like it. We would see. Sorry guys, I know there's probably guys that put their hand up there first, but I just turned around and just looked at the first hand. So we're getting that. Am I right? Are we projecting that? Always have an idea in your head of what you're going to kind of see first. Try to perceive it. Just give yourself a fraction of a time to perceive it. Okay, it will help you a lot. Okay, now, how many do we have? 1, 2, and 3. Have you already got them? Yes, sir. You've got the length. You've got their parameters for length. They're already there. 1, 2, and 3. Now, what is the only thing I have to go get now? How many blocks? 4. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. And I'm going to draw the cross. Now we have the shape already done. Now watch this. How many sides does this thing have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. All I did was project up, and I drew The only additional thing I had to go measure, this is what I want to tell you. The only additional thing I had to go measure was my width. One line. I drew one line, and the whole thing is already there for me because I used orthographic projections. Well done, gentlemen. Excellent.
Must we fill it in?
So now, yes, absolutely. Now, once you know that you're confident that you can see the shape and where all the hard edges go, or the outlines, then we're going to go ahead. And it gets even better. There is one new convention that you're going to be introduced to today, and I'll see if you can pick it up in a moment. So everything is as we see it. It's flush, perfectly fitting within its parameters. Lengths and widths are all there. Okay, that's good, gents. Are we all good there? Yes, name? Griffin. So it's Griffin, it's Nathan here, eh? Nathan, Griffin, yes. Ah, okay. So, yeah, because what is this lazy line doing here? It's parking off 45 degrees. Okay, so it's going to be a line we use to deflect. What are we going to deflect off there? Which dimensions? Not? The first is correct. The first thing you said was width. We're going to take the width of the object and deflect it down into the right view quadrant. Happy? We're going to take the what here?
Length. Height.
We take the height across and we take the width across. Why? Look here. I'll look at it from the right view. Now with my finger, what do I see? Width and? So we project width and we project? Come on. Fatum Fluffy. Okay. Good. So I'm going to take my width across. Right, so I'm going to bring it down. Now I don't need to bring that across because it's on the margin, correct? But I'll just emphasize it. Okay? Then I'm going to pull from this side all the lines that run horizontally as well. I'm going to pull that across and I'll pull. Now look at this. Does this run horizontally? Yes, so I need to put it across. I don't need to pull the top across because it sits on the margin. Yeah, that's fine. You could essentially say that, but yes, margin for the sake of positioning them with some space. Okay, if we look, I prefer my orange. I don't know where my orange highlight has gone. Lose a bit. Okay, if we look at, gentlemen, if we look at the right view, very simply, what do we see? A square. Did we have to measure anything to get the square? No, we didn't have to measure anything to get the square. The square has been drawn for us because we projected width and?
Projectile.
Okay.
Orthographic.
Okay. The skill here, funny enough, is not actually finding the edges. The skill here is projecting dimensions. Does that make sense? The technique. Then it comes. Then it's your perception to make sure that you understand. And what I want to do is, there's two more things. Yes, Griffin. You're going to get there now. It's a good question. But let me explain one thing and then I'm going to get there, Griffin. Okay, please have a look here, gents. We're going to take a random corner. I want to show you intersecting points. Watch here. Let's take, for example, this back corner over there. Happy? Now watch here. Would you agree that that back corner sits on that height? And would you agree that that's the actual back corner in the top view? Okay. Would you agree maybe that that's the top corner if we look at it from the right view? Now watch this. If I follow the arrow, what do you notice? They intersect. Okay, so points intersect and edges intersect. So if I follow and follow. Now what? Okay, then let's do this way. Watch this, Jenna. Do you see the front edge? Do you agree that that's the front edge there? From the top view, if I look down on that, would you agree that that's the front?
Oh, yes.
Okay, so watch this, Jenna. So if I project that across, and I project that down, and that's the height marker for it, am I correct?
Yes.
And I bring that across, what happens? They intersect, they meet to that point. So essentially they've got a coordinate. They meet, they travel, and then come to a point. So do you see how that also works? Okay, because really that's subconsciously, it's probably not the right word, but that's what you've actually been doing without realizing it. Now we're going to come to, yes. Name?
Nathan.
So Nathan, yes.
So the exams, like on the
You're not going to get an exam from EGD. EGD, we have fun. We don't do all that.
yeah, but so
Great.
like if we do drawing on the left in that picture, we're allowed to highlight something.
You can. I mean, eventually I would like it that you don't have to, but I'm not going to stress if you do. It's fine, because you want to be able to just, yeah.
So on the actual thing,
Name again?
like Eli.
Nathan Griffin, Eli, yes.
So let's say to the top juicer,
Yeah.
the lines going through the military virus. So why do we put that there? So
Which ones?
the lines there, because if you look down to like how would you show the lines?
So, okay, which lines are you talking about? These lines?
This way.
Well, we've done them in dark, because if we go to the top, we would see 3 rectangles. So, in other words, that edge is that edge there, correct?
So like for engineering, so
Yeah.
like if there's depth on the object,
Yes.
you have to put the lines.
Okay, quickly. How do you know there's depth in this object? Because we're going to, so Griffin's question is going to come into play now, because what you've just said is going to open up something, a bit of a new door for us. I want to show you something. Jeanette, are you okay, my boy?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I don't know what you. Okay. We pulled that across, didn't we? But we haven't utilized it, yes? This is Griffin's question. Why did I pull that across? Now, if I look at this view, I don't see it, correct? But is that detail actually there? It's there. So how we show that is what we call hidden detail convention. Hidden detail convention are broken lines. You can press start to a point. Don't overdo it. Sorry, let me just lift this up a little bit. That's not so it's not very neat. So it says 1. I'm just going to use 3. Consistent lines. So these must all be the same.
Length.
Same gap, so distance, gap, pretty much the same. Okay? And what that's telling me is that there's a corner or edge. Does that make sense? Somewhere behind the space. If you go, either you're going to have to go up and over or under and up. And you're going to come to a corner. Now, watch this now. Now, I did this with the other classes. This is a Griffin's question. Now we do this. Okay, now I say to you, E-blockers, this is two terms down the line now. Gentlemen, I want you to draw the orthographic projection. Now I want you to take this orthographic projection and I want you to draw it into the isometric. Okay. But it's fine, you know that this is the what? The front view, correct? Now watch here, you go, hold on, that's the front view. This is the right view. That means it's confirming that there's what? That there's a hole. Okay, oh, watch this, let's do this. I even did this, I did this. Okay, so let's look at that. Someone says to you, that's the right view of an object. Okay, so you look at it and you go, okay, cool. We know that because of these hard edges, we're going to have a square face, correct? Then we know somewhere behind that face there's some hidden. Yeah. Right. Jago, how you? Good, do you need some?
Yeah, sorry.
Yes, yes, no, all good.
Listen, 19 Roberts.
What's happening?
So I didn't get chance.
Yeah, we're just running
Can you go now? Can you come with you now?
Is it okay?
Yeah, let's go. Let's show face. So Nathan, you've done it anyway. Okay, you've done the drawing. So I'll take it from you. So now have a look at this. So I showed you one view, right? Now you see the what? Okay, good. Now you see the front view. Now you go. Hold on. The first thing, then this revealed itself. Now what do I know? That this belongs to that face, that corner running straight down away from you. Are you with me? And now I can tell you right now that if you'll be still enough now to draw this without even needing the what? Because you'll know that this and this is going to be that long here. Yeah, please keep it just on the front edge. Thanks.
So I have a question.
Now I reveal. Yes.
Is the front and back in most shapes always going to be the same, and the right and left?
No. The reality is that we're drawing shapes symmetrically for you now to keep it nice and simple. Okay. But what I'm going to do, how we're going to stretch this is, we're going to do about 4 of these drawings, maybe 5. We'll see how it goes. Then we're going to do some SketchUp stuff. Let me turn this off now, sorry. Like and subscribe, please.